Just imagine Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Gary Vaynerchuk, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs are all on your board of directors. How cool would that be if you could have prominent figures such as those sitting there in a boardroom on your board of directors, where you can ask them any questions you want about marketing, legal advice, negotiation? How powerful could that be for your business? In this video today, I'm going to show you how you can create your own board of directors with AI. Let's dive in. So first and foremost, when I started coming up with ideas to create a board of directors for my marketing agency, I thought one of the most important figures to have as a part of my board of directors would be somebody that's a subject matter expert in AI. After a bit of research, the one that topped the list was Paul Roetzer. Paul Roetzer is the founder and CEO of the Marketing AI Institute. And I thought he would be a great person to be sitting on my board of directors for my agency. So the first thing I did is I went over to a platform called NotebookLM. Now, NotebookLM, if you're not familiar with it, it allows you to gather all sorts of sources and put them into one project where then it can extract any sort of information you need from that project. So I like to do this for my board of directors is select podcast interviews that they've been on, any sort of sales decks, book transcripts, all that sort of information I am going to put into my project in NotebookLM. And then what I want to do is extract my study guide along with my briefing document. And so what's going to happen is Notebook is going to scan through all of those transcripts from the podcast episodes, YouTube videos, sales decks, everything I put into this project. It's going to scan through those and it's going to extract the information that I need into the form of a briefing document. Now, once I've received that briefing document, study guide, any sort of information, I'm going to grab that document and I'm going to put it into my Claude project. You can do this with your custom GPTs as well. I prefer to use Claude. I'm going to upload it directly into the Claude project. Now, once you upload your briefing documents, you can upload the study notes. It's going to look something like this. Ideally, you want to have it in MD format, markdown format. It's just easier to consume for the AI when you put it into that file format. Now, another member of our board of directors is Mark Anderson, who is the founder of Netscape. Mark Anderson, very direct. His tonality when we ask him questions is also going to be very direct, as it should. This is Mark Anderson here. I'm just going to give you an example on how it works. Should I consider giving my employees Mondays off moving forward? I'm just so curious. What is he going to say to that? And now Mark Anderson is going to respond in the way Mark Anderson would talk, and it's going to give advice based on what Mark Anderson would suggest. This is a distraction from your core strategic priorities. You're asking about employee perks when you should be obsessing over product market fit and equity structure. Monday holidays don't move the needle on the only metrics that matter: customer acquisition, retention, and revenue growth. Brutal reality, your competitors are working 7 days a week to eat your market share while you're debating 4-day work weeks. They're shipping features, closing deals, and building distribution moats. Oh my goodness, what a great answer, right? I'm not considering giving employees Mondays off by any means, but this is the exact answer I should get from Mark Anderson. I'd be interested to know what ChatGPT would give me if I asked ChatGPT that exact same question. Now, because I was curious, I went on over and asked ChatGPT the exact same question. Should I consider giving my employees Mondays off moving forward? And of course, it gives you this answer. Giving your employees Mondays off could be an interesting option to explore, something Mark Anderson would definitely debate. But I just wanted to show you that just for context and the power of having that board of directors that can speak and have the persona of those ideal people that would be great members of your board. Another member of our board is Satya Nadella, who's the CEO of Microsoft. And some of the documents that we've uploaded for Satya is strategic imperatives for real estate wealth. We also have core philosophy. That's all baked into it, along with leadership insights and strategic philosophy. All this is relevant information that we want to input into that specific project as a member of our board of directors. And by having and possessing this knowledge, it can give outputs in certain scenarios of business. I am going to ask, I might ask Satya information or about, how to drive my business moving forward, maybe market conditions, maybe certain things about my business operations. And in terms of negotiations and business negotiations and legality, I might ask Mark Anderson, right? So depending on what the ask is, you're going to go to a certain board member in those cases or scenarios. There's so many great use cases with this. Some of those great use cases could be reviewing legal documents, reviewing expense reports, coming up with marketing plans, maybe even giving you advice on how to handle a certain employee situation. All these type of questions would be great questions to ask a board of directors, and ask your AI board of directors as well. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments. Until next time, we'll see you soon.